What's up, guys? I'm Krys with MHK Scene. I'm here with Headlight Rivals. You guys want to introduce
I'm Eric, guitarist, vocalist extraordinaire.
I'm Chris, I play drums, sing a little bit.
I'm Seven, I play bass. Hi.
Awesome.
That's Eric, he moves stuff.
Heat extraordinaire.
I love it. So you guys tell me how did all this start? How did it begin?
We had old punk rock bands.
Okay.
Eric was still in high school and he played with us, and we were called the Mathematics. And then that guy went into witness protection, so we had to like
The other guy.
Seriously?
But we just started thinking a three-piece would be pretty cool, you know, and
You can get more money, split it less ways.
right. Well,
That's the main reason, right?
Yeah.
It's about the money.
It's all about the money.
it's all about the ducats.
Someday.
The nookie. Is that money? Nookie is money.
Where are you guys from?
Manhattan, Kansas.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Oh,
Best
okay.
place in the world.
Hey.
Marlette Mustangs.
No, shut up. Dude, that's what's up.
I had Principal Anderson.
Was that a dude or?
Yeah, he's an older guy. He just passed away maybe like 40.
Oh, rest in peace. That might have been mine too.
Yeah,
Oh.
might have been. He's a bald
Didn't even
guy.
know him.
Older guy though.
That's kind of vague.
Yeah.
It's okay. Irrelevant.
Yeah, he's not playing tonight.
He's not. What?
So if you guys could describe your music style for me.
Rock and roll.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean,
We're loud.
Midwestern rock and roll.
We encourage drinking while we're playing.
Okay.
Everybody to drink.
If you're legal to.
Yeah.
And responsible.
Well,
An Uber.
water's
Uber's
okay
only-
to drink
yeah.
too.
Hydration is key.
Yeah,
It is
hydration.
key, it is key.
So what do you think sets you guys apart from other bands that play similar music?
I think if there's a tag team match in most bands in town, we could take them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Well, I think that all bands strive to be a family,
Yeah.
and we definitely have that going. Like, we're definitely like brothers, so I don't see a lot of that, you know, present in the local scene. I see a lot of people being separate,
Okay.
you know, and we kind of tend to do everything together.
And I'm sure you can see that on stage too, when people
Yeah.
mesh well and when they don't.
Right.
Definitely.
Awesome. So,
But we care about each other too, outside of playing music.
Okay.
So that's the answer I would have to say.
I like that answer.
You know.
Nice. So like, who influences you guys? Is there anything that
A
influences
lot of
you?
bands.
Yeah?
Cheap Trick.
The Replacements, yeah.
Okay.
Tom Petty.
I love me some Tom Petty.
A lot of Midwestern stuff, you know, Soul Asylum's really good.
Guided by Voices.
Guided by Voices, definitely. Plus, you know, local bands like the Pedal Jets, you know, have a little
Ultimate Fake Book.
Wilco,
TSL.
yeah,
Truck Stop Love.
Trick Stop Love. We love a lot of Midwestern stuff. We like to claim it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Take pride in it.
Yes, I love that. You got to, right? You got to
Yeah.
take pride in it. So I would like to talk about your album. It just came out this year, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yep.
So like, I'd like to talk about Madsen and kind of the inspiration behind it.
Well, we were planning on doing a record, and
Our friends Hard Truck Stop Love. Well,
Yeah.
Rich Argus.
and the Pop Mechanics. Rich was the singer for is the singer for Truck Stop Love. He's from Manhattan. Well, he's from Kansas City. Came to K-State to go to school, and Truck Stop Love kind of took a big hiatus. And Rich started writing songs again, and he did a record up in Minnesota. We went out to eat dinner, and he said, you know, you guys really got to check out the studio. This would be, you know, go take a vacation and record. This guy's a great engineer, and we didn't really know a whole lot about Madsen, Richard Madsen, who's the guy
Oh,
that recorded the record for us in Sparta, Minnesota. And
It was -50.
yeah, it got down to
wait,
Almost
what?
It was,
negative.
it was during the polar vortex.
Yep.
It's like -30 to -50 the whole time.
Okay.
There was 3 foot of snow the whole time we were
yeah,
there.
we drove from Manhattan to Evelyn with bald tires.
Yeah. No.
That sounds safe.
We spent a whole week there.
Yep.
We're locked inside an old church. That's a studio.
was
So we got a
awesome.
lot of guitar tracking time
Yeah.
and everything tracking time.
Right.
And so some friends of ours, they own a label, basically said, we'd like to help you put this out. So it all kind of fell into place, you
Yeah.
know, and naming the record Madsen is obviously after the engineer and
Right.
producer. And he took us into his home, you know, for a whole week. Who does that?
Right.
Some guys he doesn't even know. You know,
We put it out on Black Side Records.
Black Site Records out of Kansas City.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Out of Kansas City, so keeping it local.
Yes.
Love that. It's all
Yeah.
about community, right? I mean,
And Black Site's great. They put
Yeah.
out, you know, a wide range of stuff from this region, you know, and not just punk rock, not just rock and roll. They do a lot of different things to help our scene.
Dope. I love that. So, do you guys have a favorite song on the album? Like individually?
Mine is So Well, for sure,
Changes every year.
but it's
Yeah, it changes.
totally not like a big single song or anything, but it's my favorite one.
What's your favorite one? Yeah.
I really like playing sober.
It's called Sober? Yeah.
Song
Well,
called Sober. I love playing that one.
you love
It
playing
sounds good.
the song sober.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I get what you did right there. What you did? Okay.
Yeah. Playing the song sober. Sorry.
Right.
I didn't mean to whisper.
So, I know you guys did an EP in 2017 called Juliet, right? If you could compare that EP to your album, like what has kind of your styles kind of stayed the same and what have you guys changed up with this album?
I think that was more of a punk rock kind of EP, like
Okay.
fast, heavy songs.
And it was also it was more on this record we're more together in writing it. There's more collaborative thing. Not that the first one wasn't, but
And just playing together.
learn
Yeah,
each other better.
Right, because it's been 2 years,
Yeah.
right? So
Right, exactly.
learning
It's a
lot,
better
growing
band.
lot. Yeah.
It definitely was the learning curve. We got to work with Joel Nanos at Element Sound in Kansas City, so another local cat, and we love working with him, and we'll continue to work with him. We actually did 2 EPs with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Juliet,
Okay.
and then we did the Rickshaw EP.
Oh, okay. When was the Rickshaw EP?
It came out last year
Oh,
around
okay.
January.
Sure.
We just had 2 songs.
Yep. And then Juliet came out the year before with 5
Mhm.
songs.
And we're going to do another full length with Joel in February.
Yep. In February, we're
That's exciting.
recording
Okay.
another record, and that will be going to Special Olympics for sale.
Nice.
Yeah, we're not going to take any of the money from it. We're going to allow Special Olympics to make the money off of it.
That's really awesome.
It's a way that we can give back to this
Yes.
community.
Yes.
We know what happens with that money. We know it's not used inappropriately.
Right. And like I said before, it's all about community, right? You gotta give
Right.
back to the community because the community is kind of what helps you
Right.
with your music too.
Absolutely.
So, so I really want to know what drives you guys to continue with the music and continue to perfect your craft.
It's awesome. There's nothing better than playing shows in front of people. It's the rock and roll shows.
Yeah.
There's a lot more songs to write too.
Yeah.
But we all have that same goal. We definitely want to stay, I hate to say the word relevant.
Right.
You know, but the truth is that we're artists and that's what we got to do.
And it is what it is. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're not going to stop. We're going to do it till the wheels fall off.
And it's fun. Like going
Yeah.
and playing shows and being in the recording studio is just fun.
And you gotta do what you love, right? At the end of the
Exactly.
day, like,
Yep.
for sure. So what is your favorite venue, if you have one, to play?
Annie Mae's,
Yeah.
hands
How are
down.
you feeling, you guys? Being together? Shout out Annie Mae's.
There's a lot of other great venues though.
Swole's, Church of Swole's pretty cool.
Where's
Yeah.
that
Well, it's
Private location.
at? Oh, okay.
and it's not. School. I mean, we've helped host underground shows through 91.9 and ourselves over the years. Now we're playing out so much we haven't done anything like that in a while.
We've had an
But who knows?
astronomical amount of shows without any bad happening that we couldn't control. No police showing up, no ambulance.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's what you always want. So did you guys start out playing underground shows?
Not necessarily.
No.
The scene here in Manhattan goes in waves.
That's so true.
You know,
That's
like
very
there's a time where there's 3 underground venues. Now there's none really that are active.
But there was a time when you couldn't get a show anywhere in town. And the only way you could do it was a house party. And that's kind of how we look at the underground shows, as a house party.
Give people an opportunity.
I got
Yeah.
a question for you. I've been here for a while, and I remember those scenes. I used to work at 919. I remember Decimation, Terror Tractor,
Yeah.
you know, Ultimate Fake Book. I remember those groups. What happened to those groups?
Well, Ultimate Fake Book actually got signed to a record deal. They got signed to 2 different record deals. One to a major, and then now they're on another label now, putting out a new record. But they are based out of California. 2 of them are moved to California. And like Terror Tractor's still around, Decimation's still around. Truck Stop Love, you know, those guys went through college and then started families and stuff, so they moved away. They moved to like Kansas City, Minneapolis, that sort of thing. So to hold those bands together is, by the region, it's tough, you know. But there's always new things stepping up in Manhattan, you know, like there was Podstar, there was, Frog Pond. There's been a lot of great bands, Ruska Band,
I remember.
you know, that happened, and a lot of those people are still here from those bands, and they're just doing things differently, you know, have a different name for their deal or whatnot, but they're still doing it. Like Brother Jed Bolin, he's still around and plays with Grateful Dudes, and he's been around forever. Dave Zerfus, he was in a band called Plastique, still is in Plastique, and he still plays around. He does a lot of cowboy tunes and that sort of thing. But you just gotta look hard. They're still here. A lot of these diehards are still
You're here.
Yeah.
What can we do to bring that energy back? The same way back, I mean, because I remember when I worked at 919, there was, you had all the bands played all day long.
Right.
And then, of course, they went to the hip hop scene, but I'm saying, during the day, y'all's music was playing all day long.
Right.
What happened to that? Because like I said, once y'all disappeared, kind of seemed like y'all disappeared, it's just like, it's hard to bring that back.
Right.
So
It's
what can we
very
do to bring
hard.
it back?
It's been kind of been an industry-wide thing, though. There's a lot of rock music is all but disappeared in the mainstream, really.
Yeah.
And when you have a high turnover rate at a college, you know, these guys are only getting 4 years really to do college radio, and then they leave, and they aren't preparing the next guy for our local scene. You
Exactly.
know?
Exactly.
And that's what like 91.9 needs. That's what 101.5 needs. We have this major radio station in Manhattan.
And we don't do anything with
That-
it.
It needs to be
No.
consistent.
Right, unless you're like Mother's Glory or, you know, Marcy McGraw can afford to pay that sort of thing,
Right.
you know, when, if it was a free thing, it would help our community, would it not? I mean,
Right.
would Stampede having a local stage, that would have helped out this scene
Yeah, but honestly,
hugely.
yeah.
But it's also partially on the scene itself. You know, people
Right.
have to book shows smart, not go into suicide situations, not
Right.
do suicide missions like,
Let's have 6 bands play.
yeah, make shows effective and bring in different
Right.
demographics of people.
Yes.
Why if you have 3 different bands that are good, then you get 3 different people pulling from the same.
Exactly.
Then you have 3 totally different groups of people. That's a big crowd for everybody.
Because I mean, 919 used to do it's like a music festival, like free band, like free, I forgot the name of it. But they used to like have like all the local bands go and do like a major thing when school started back.
Right, well, they had,
Opus?
well, no, it was the other thing. They had like Billy Squire play and
UPC
and
shows.
TSL.
Right.
Didn't they open? Or was that for, that was for that Led Zeppelin? The Led Zeppelin reggae band that came
I was
and
like,
played. They're kind of
it's like
bigger. I mean, they were in the
It
90s.
just didn't sound like it.
But it was a free show. You got to go
I
see,
remember
you
that.
know, and that was in West Stadium, I think.
Yeah, and that's why I just like I said that it just kind of like, and I understand what you're talking about, how you get 4 years
Yeah.
to create, you know, to build, and then there are 4 years, there's nobody else that follows.
Right.
And in my experience being up there, they use 919 just as basically a teaching tool.
Right.
Okay, so you get an hour, you get an hour, you get an hour,
Right.
and you're really not getting an opportunity to really build a fan base. And I think that's what you guys have lost
Right.
as far as being heard.
It's really turned, it used to be public access kind of deal. you know? But now it's different. It is a teaching mechanism and in a generic way.
Right.
You know, and not a real, but there are some guys on these radio stations that have the good heart and have the warmth that our community really does. I mean,
Go out and look and try.
right. But the major thing is that we can't be afraid of each other. We need to work together.
Work together, right.
You know, it doesn't matter if I look scary or if I'm a gay guy or, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's be a community and work together.
Community.
You
Yeah, I
know,
love that
I just
word.
think that's the thing that we're missing. Everybody thinks it's competition.
Yeah.
It's not
No.
a competition.
Well, maybe hopefully in 2020 that's something that can change,
Yep.
for real. And speaking of 2020, do you guys have big plans for next year? What are you guys working on?
I think we're playing a show tonight.
We're going to Austin,
What?
Texas.
Tonight? Crazy.
Yeah, we're playing tonight at the Beaumont in the
But it's still,
I
we'll
think
still be
that's
playing in
like-
2019.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So we got,
Idiot.
we're gonna,
Get it together, man.
We're going back to Austin during the South by Southwest Festival.
Okay.
We're playing the Midcoast Takeover,
Oh, yeah.
which is a huge assortment of Midwest bands,
Okay.
and it's really fun. It's our 4th year, I think.
yep.
Oh, wow. So you've been doing it a while then? Yeah.
And the new record, that's big too.
That's huge.
Maybe we'll do another tour or something.
That'd be fun.
We'll definitely play a lot of shows.
There'll be, we'll record 5 days in February.
Okay.
And we have a show January 11th at the Cove, and it's a benefit for a friend of ours who got his truck stolen with all of his tools of his trade in it. And
Jeez. And that's expensive.
it is, it's really expensive. So we're gonna hopefully get a bunch of people to come out and give a guy that gives to our community already, you know, a little help. He needs a little help. So,
And then January 25th, the Special Olympics benefited Annie Mae's.
yep,
So he's done for like the last 3 years, I think, also 3 or 4 years.
raising money for them, or raising funds. Who we're playing with,
I'm not sure, I know Plastic, I'm not exactly sure on the whole lineup yet.
and that'll be at Maze.
Mhm.
So,
It'll be good, it's always fun.
Yeah. I think that's great that you guys not only play music, but that you want to focus on giving back. And I think that's great and not rare, but I don't see it a lot, you know?
well, I think with
You gotta get back. They're the people who keep us here.
Yeah, man,
and with
definitely.
Eric and Krys, they both have kids, and they know that that's the future in this town. We gotta do something for
Thank
them,
you.
and not necessarily for us.
Yeah, because they're going to grow up to be adults. We want them to
We're
be
definitely need to
good
be
parts
able
of society, you know, contributing to society in a good way. So
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys taking time out to chat with me.
Thanks for chatting with us.
Anytime. You guys are
Great
great.
questions, you guys.
Thanks, camera lady.
Thanks.
Oh,
I tried.
I didn't throw it at the
And that's
camera.
it, guys. Make sure you check out all of our social media platforms. We've got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and it's all the same handle, MHK Music Scene.
By the record.